What's up guys, welcome to another video on Salesforce Gold. So guys, in today's video we are going to talk about the new lightning model which has been recently introduced in the winter 23 release. Yes, it is available for use now and I have personally used it guys. Trust me, it is not just an ordinary model, it is a complete model library. Yes, it is having all the style sheet like we used to have in the SLDS model. It is having all those style sheet as well. But using this library, you can also perform some other actions like you can customize the model, you can change the styling of it, you can pass it data through it and much more. So in this video, I'll show you how you can create it, customize it, pass data in this model and other things as well. So let's start today's video guys. I'm Kapil, your host and you're watching Salesforce Gold. Alright guys, let's start today's video. So to use this model, you need a winter 23 enabled org. If your org is not upgraded to winter 23, you won't be able to use it. Okay, so let me show you the output first. Actually, I don't have to show the output because it will be like displayed as a model only. So but anyways, so this will be the output of the functionality. Okay, now let me show you like how you can create this model. So to create this model, first you need a component. You can name it anything you want. In that component, you have to set the header, body and the footer tag. Okay, so for header tag, you can simply use the lightning model header tag, and in label you can provide the header text or header label here. Underneath that, you have to use lightning model body, where you can provide your content of the body. I'm just retrieving this content dynamically from the parent component, so that's why I'm having a parameter here. And in the footer, you just have to use the lightning model footer tag, and underneath it you may add your buttons here. Like you can add, it as per requirement, maybe cancel or save or okay or cancel or maybe yes or no, it is up to you. Now guys, in the JavaScript thing, you have to import the lightning model from the lightning/model module. Okay, and then you have to extend it in your class. So while you will be creating a class, you have to extend it. So that's why I'm using this like extend lightning model. Underneath that, I'm just having an API parameter which I'm retrieving from parent, and underneath it I'm having a handle OK function which is the on click of my button. Okay, now so this was the model component. Now like how you can use it. So there are so many additional features available with this model. I'll explain all those features in this video. Okay, so for that you need a parent component, of course. Like if you remember, in the SLDS model, you can create a model, then you can use that model as a child component in your parent, but things are a little different here. So in your parent component, what you can do is, on my HTML side, I'm just having a button where I'm just using a handle show model function to open that model. Okay, and underneath it I'm just storing the result of that model. So the result will be the value of the button. And in the JavaScript guys, in the JavaScript, I'm using this handle show model function to open that model. So to open that model, you don't have to include that component as a child component. Instead of that, you can just import that component like this. So here, as I have imported lightning model LWC, that was my component name, and here I'm importing it like this. Okay, now on handle show model, I am using lightning model LWC, the name of the imported module, dot open to open that model, and that it is. You don't have to add it as a child component or perform any other action. This could be even a utility component for you, because like you can easily modify the header, body and footer of it as per the requirement. Okay, so using this lightning model dot open, you can just open that model in your parent component also. Okay, and also I'm retrieving the result. So the result could be two things. So if you will see this model, if you will click on this cross sign, so the result will be undefined, and if you will click on the button, so the result will be the button's value. Okay, so in that model guys, you have to pass few parameters as well. Like you can mention the size, like small, medium and large. You can add the description, you can add any additional parameter like the API parameters you need to pass. Like for example, I'm just passing content from here. So I'm passing content here and I'm retrieving content as API here. Okay, All right. And there are few other parameters which are required, like you have to use label in your model header, because the label is a required thing in model. Without label, it is not going to work. Okay. So now let's suppose if you have to create a headerless model. So for headerless model, you can just simply remove this header tag from here. But in the header tab, in the header tag, the label is a required attribute here. So if you will remove it from here, let's suppose if I commented it from here, so you'll be having an error in console because this label is a required attribute. But for headerless model, we cannot have this lightning model header tag. So what is the solution for it? Let me show you the error first. Okay, I'll go to console. So we don't have any error here yet. But when you will open it, it will display the error like you should have the label attribute. So to solve this error, what you can do is while opening the model, you can define label here and pass any value. Let's suppose model header. Okay. So as this is a required attribute, guys, so whenever you're using a header tag in your model, you don't have to use it here. You can just set your label in the header tag itself. But if you would like to use a headerless model, in that case, you have to set your label in that parent component where you are opening the lightning model. See, the error has gone now. So that's why it is a required parameter, guys. But in the case of like normal header model, you don't need it actually. So let me just undo it quickly and undo it as well. Okay, now let's suppose if you would like to make this header dynamic, so for that you can just simply pass another API parameter. So let's suppose I'm having the parameter here is header text. Okay, copy it quickly, and here I have to just add an API header text, and I will be having the same API parameter here as well. So here I can just simply pass it like this, header text, and I am dynamic header. Okay, let me deploy them again. Okay, let me refresh it. And the header is dynamic now. So the same way you can make the content, make the footer dynamic as well. Now let's suppose if you have to add a button in the footer as well. So for that you just simply need to go to your model, just copy this button, paste it here, and let's suppose it is not okay, handle not okay. Okay, then you can create the function here, handle not okay, and on the click of this button I will be passing the text not okay. Great. Now I have to deploy this component again. Okay, it is deployed now. Let's refresh the page. And here you are having two buttons now. Feel free to add some padding here. I'm just, trying to demonstrate the functionality. So just feel free to add the padding or whatever styling you required here. So if you click on not okay, you will be having the result as not okay. If you click on okay, you will be having result as okay. And if you will click on this cross icon, you will be having result as undefined. So that's how you can create a model, add additional button, make it dynamic, get the result from the buttons click. Now the next question is, can we use the model styling here, like whatever styling we used to have in the SLDS model? So the answer is yes. I mean, as per my understanding with the documentation, it says you can use the existing classes. So let's suppose like if I will go to the existing model, which is this, so we should be able to use other classes like the directional one. So if you'd like to try it, you just need to add a additional div tag about the model, about your buttons, and I think you don't have to add this SLDS model footer because we are already having a tag for it. but you can use this SLDS model footer directional class there. So as per the documentation, yes, that is also possible. Or why not we just try it now? Just a second. So we can just simply copy this div tag. So right now, like, this is the model class. And now if I will just paste it like this, and this is the closing tag. Let me remove this. Okay, save it. Let's try to deploy it. Okay, now let's refresh it and see the output. Okay, so eventually the class is working fine. I mean, you can see the changed styling, but I think maybe I missed something. That's why, it is behaving strange. But anyways, I mean, you notice like we can use the styling as well. So whatever stylings are available for those SLDS models, you can use it here as well. Let me just quickly revert it back. Okay. Now the next very interesting thing about this model library is this model library is providing us a special attribute to disable this model so it can't be closed. So you can use that attribute. Let's suppose like while customer is filling up the form and click on save button, and during the save process you can just disable the model close on the start of the save process, and once you will get the result, once the data is saved, you can enable it back so the user can close this model. I mean, it is completely up to you, like it is up to your requirement wherever you would like to use it. So to use that, you just need to simply add it here on your handle functions. But before that, let me show you, like you can close this model by clicking on the button. You can close this model by clicking on the cross icon, and also you can close this model by clicking on the escape key. Okay. And yeah, so the escape key is also working. Okay. But let's suppose if you will add this dot disable close to true. So let's suppose if you will add it as a true on the click of your save button until your data gets saved. Okay. Now let me do deploy source to org. You can set it at anywhere. Let's suppose on your save functionality or any other function as well. And let's refresh it. This is our model. Let's try to close it. If you will notice, so the cross icon has been disabled already. These buttons clicks are also not working. Let me try the escape key. So the escape key is also not working. I'm pressing the escape key again and again, but still it is not working. So using this disable close, you can simply prevent model from closing on the click of any button, or maybe on the cross icon, or maybe on keyboard keys as well. But this functionality should be temporary, like the disable thing, and you should be enable it again as well, like once your function get executed or so. Otherwise, you will be stuck on the same screen. So yes, it is working now. Alright guys, that it is for today. If you like today's video, subscribe to the channel, will be awesome. And also guys, I'll be having the complete code on my blog, which is salesforcebold.com. So if you need the complete code, so you can just directly go to that blog and use it wherever you want. Feel free to use it. And also I'll be sharing the official documentation link in the blog itself. So if you need to like double check anything, or if you need some additional functionality which are in the official documentation, so you can just directly go there and check that out. So that's it for today guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.